Is Jacqueline Nunez, the owner of the Conjuring House, actually possessed? That's something that we're going to look at today to see if it is simply strange. Now, there has been a YouTube video that has been created by someone that used to go to the Conjuring House that goes by the name of the YouTube channel Hauntington John Huntington Paranormal, right? And he has made a video saying, I think I may know what's going on with the new owner because I had similar experiences. I have had a ton of messages over the last few weeks and seen the posts by the new owner of the house. I don't know her and have never met her, but living there I had similar thoughts and weird behaviour. This video is nothing against the new owner or the former owners, just what I felt and experienced while I was there. Anyways, thank you for watching, God bless, and I hope everyone has a happy ending. Now, obviously, there has been a lot of controversy. Jacqueline Nunez has basically gone on an absolute rampage with the Conjuring House, firing staff unfairly, blackmailing staff when they've gone to leave, accused Jason Hawes of assassination attempts. It's got pretty bad, and people are saying that she actually said that it was John Arnold that told her about thieves and, you know, theft within the Conjuring House, which is why she let Brian, the vice president of the Conjuring House, go after 5 weeks of working there. And people are like, well, she's possessed. Now, I view that as, you know, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. But after hearing about this video, it may change my opinion. May. Now, we're going to take a little look at it today to see what goes down, see if there's any stark similarities between John's experiences and Jacqueline's. Let's just get into it.
Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is well. This is John Huntington here. So the Conjuring House situation has been weighing on my mind for a while now. As many of you know, I lived at the house for about a year. I was good friends with Corey and Jennifer Heinzen.
Corey and Jennifer were the previous owners. I think they sold to Jacqueline Nunez,
who were nice enough to let me stay at the home. I watched over it while they were gone to Maine. I would do tours and I'd also investigate on my own when I had free time. Corey and I, we investigated with each other for about 10 years. We were like really good friends. I stayed at the Conjuring House alone during the pandemic, which was like hard on all of us. Jen and Corey were stuck in Maine. I was stuck at the house. It was closed down for quite a while, and I was alone there for quite some time. So I just kind of wrote this out today to tell everybody my thoughts on the whole situation at the house. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading what I wrote down.
Now, what I mentioned in my last video that I made about this is I found it really weird that no one ever spoke about the spirits. They're all talking about their experiences, shoplifting, all the rest of it, and Jacqueline being a really bad boss. But no one ever spoke about the spirits or any crazy encounters that they had there that I found really strange. This may change my opinion.
But anyways, so many people have messaged me about what's happening there at the house and my thoughts on it. First of all, it's a beautiful home. I enjoyed my time there. I seemed to form a bond to whatever was there. I could tell the spirits to scare the next people that came to investigate, and they would. I even had people leave early because of it. During some tours, I would do Spirit Box, and they would say the names of the people there that were in the tour, which people loved or didn't love. They were just like, did I really hear that? And I had to play it back to them and show them. But it had them lead me to a cemetery behind the house during a live stream that I didn't even know existed. Others afterwards told me they knew it was there, but I did not. So it was pretty quiet at first when I was alone at the house. I had things happen that I caught on camera that I was afraid to show Corey and Jen because I thought they wouldn't want me to stay at the house after I caught these things, which later on I did. I showed them, and Corey's like, why not? That's amazing evidence. But I was like,
Okay.
You know, I was always scared to put out stuff for ridicule and things like that, because it's always hard when people don't believe you. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about what I captured. I just want to tell people what happened to me towards the end of my stay at the Conjuring House.
Okay.
I know Corey has said in some of his podcasts that he had to let his best friend go because of what it did to me. I've seen on Jason's live streams that Corey said that, after 30 days the house does affect him, that he feels kind of aggressive and things like that. And, I had those same feelings. We talked about those together.
So from what I hear there, basically what he's stating is after about 30 days of staying in there continuously, you start to feel this almost oppression. That's how it comes across to me, like this heavy burden feeling. I could be wrong, but that's how that what he's saying comes across to me. Very interesting, very interesting.
Me, Bill, Brock, and Corey Hansen have all talked about how it's affected us mentally and emotionally. I know many of you have stayed at the house and you're like, I didn't experience anything or some things, but not much activity. Which happens at a lot of locations. I've gone to locations too and not gotten anything. So towards the end of my stay, I would be very emotional. I would cry for no particular reason. I'd feel angry for no particular reason. I would think people were against me.
Okay, so I'm starting to see some similarities with Jacqueline Nunez there. I can't talk about her emotions because from what I've heard, she's just emotionless. But from the sounds of it, the starting to feel like people were against you. We could relate that to Jacqueline Nunez a little bit. I don't want to, excuse her behaviour whatsoever because what she's done is really diabolical. The way she's treated and managed people, absolutely disgusting. So, but let's play devil's advocate for this video and just see it play out. So yeah, obviously people against her. She does believe that people are very much against her right now.
Yeah, it was hard. I felt like everybody didn't like me. When people would come to the house, I felt like, I felt like it was my house in my head, and that these people needed to leave and things like that. I would have very weird, bad dreams. Very, very strange dreams. I can't even tell you what they were like because they're very inappropriate dreams. And I'm sorry, I just woke up. I've been thinking about this all night, and I just had to get this out there and off my chest today because it's been bothering me. So this one's hard for me to talk about. I haven't really told too many people about this, if any. Like I said, when people would come, I didn't feel like it was my place. I didn't want them there, or just, I didn't want them to hurt the house. It was weird. So I'd have these bad dreams.
Now, hurting the house, I don't think we're necessarily going down that route with Jacqueline. I think hurting her business is her priority right now. Like, legal battles against absolutely anyone that speaks out against her. I'm surprised I haven't had a cease and desist yet. Like, it's that bad. But this is bonkers.
I would actually want to unalive myself sometimes.
Oh, God.
I can remember hearing something telling me that I was a nobody, and I always would be.
Oh, that's horrific.
Unless I unalived myself at the house. Then maybe people would remember me.
Oh, God.
Which I don't think I ever told that to anybody. So anyways, at the time, our psychic friend Brenda went over to see Corey and Jen at their home in Maine, told them she feared for my life. So Corey came down, told me this was the hardest thing for him to do. I had never seen Corey cry, maybe once, because he missed his dogs, which I don't blame him. I miss the dogs too. But anyways, he told me that I had changed and I needed to take a break from the house. So at the time, I didn't see it, but they saw the change in me.
Wow.
Now, whatever is at the house, or maybe it's just the stress from watching it, I don't know. But whatever it is, they will make you think that everyone is against you, that no one is there for you, that you are alone.
I mean, we could relate that again back to Jacqueline. Right now, she does seem to think that everybody's against her, and to a degree, they are, because of her actions. Now, that's not necessarily down to this kind of possession or this kind of, oppressive entity. What that's down to is bad business practice and bad people skills, alright? Like, blackmailing Cody and Satori, stating that she'll expose them as fake if they leave and don't come back. That's really shitty. Firing Brian because John Arnold told her that he was stealing and had been caught stealing $3,000. By the way, the cash register that was being referenced to has 24/7 surveillance on it. She could have checked to make sure that was not the case. Not paying people on time, not onboarding people properly, accusing Jason Hawes of an assassination attempt. Like, an assassination attempt. Not just, like, threatening to come and destroy the house or, do some bad things. Literally offer. That's not down to an oppressive entity. That's down to being a shitty person.
I left the house. I came back a few months later because I was in the area and I needed a place to sleep for the night. And of course, Corey and Jen were okay with it. But I said to be careful. So I did. The weird thing is, I was a prep cook for years. Never cut myself once. Somehow I cut myself 3 times that day doing different things, which again, I guess has nothing to do with what I'm trying to say. So the current owner
okay, here we
is
go.
definitely going through something. I don't really know her. I don't know what kind of person she is. Just what I've heard online and stuff like that. I never actually met her in person, so I don't know. I haven't had any experiences with her. I know what I felt and went through at the house. I don't know what kind of person she is, but I know what I felt and what I went through, what I experienced at the house. Some of the things she's doing and saying sound familiar to me.
Okay.
Like she's thinking people are doing these things to her.
Okay.
When possibly, they are not, which most likely they're not, but in her head, whatever's telling her these things, she thinks is legit. She sounds like she's really in it even more deep than I was. I mean, maybe she's not. I don't know. I could be totally wrong.
I just feel like to say that she's possessed and like something's overcome her excuses the behavior, excuses the behaviors. And, like, I can't sit here and say, yeah, I completely agree with you. I think she's completely possessed and that's the reason she's doing this. I can't. I don't believe that. I truly don't believe that. I think she's not well, without a shadow of a doubt. Don't think it's down to demons or entities, but I do think that she needs a bit of support, clearly, and maybe needs to step away from the house in a business point of view, and maybe it's time to hand it over to someone else. She'll get a pretty penny for it. A house with that much history and that much, potential profit, you could easily get your money back. She paid 1.5 mil, I think. She could probably push for 2, possibly. Maybe a bit less, but, she could.
I look back now, it's been years later, and I'm kind of happy I left when I did. Would I ever go back? Maybe. I do miss the house and miss the Heinzens at times. I just wish the best for everyone. I just hope that she doesn't wait. I just hope she doesn't wait too long and gets away from the house. People say, "Oh, it's not the house. It's not even haunted." How do you know? Have you stayed there as long as Bill, myself, or Corey?
That's a fair point.
Let's just say We were all great friends.
Oh.
Before this house. It split us all up
Oh, man.
multiple times. Doing and saying things that we would normally wouldn't. Well, I could go on for days talking about our experiences there. But I just wanted to say, try to be nice to each other. I don't mean to cry, I feel like a big baby, but I love you all. Stay safe.
Bless him. That just shows the level of raw emotion that this person's got towards this situation and that house. Like I say though, I can't sit here and say that what Jacqueline's done is excusable through a potential demonic possession, an oppressive spirit or entity. I just can't, because I just don't think that behaviour should be excused. Because at the same time, yes, she might feel like the world's against her. Most people do at times under immense pressure, right? I've been there when I've needed to create things, and I feel like the world's against me and you're up against it. But the behaviour that she's demonstrated towards other people, human beings that are trying to survive, work a shift, work a job, not acceptable. What do you guys think though? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Am I being too cynical? Should I cut her a bit more slack? Let me know what you think. While you're down there, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button if you have found this video informative. Subscribe if you're new. Tick on my little bell to get notified whenever we upload to the channel. And until next time, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed. Cannot wait to see you next time, and I'll speak to you later. Peace.